Hey guys, I'm John Setzler with Man Cave Meals, coming to you today once again on behalf of Atlanta Grill Company. And today we're going to fire up this beast, which is the Alfa 4-pizza wood-fired oven, and we are going to make a Detroit style pizza. So let's get started. We're going to get our Detroit pizza dough started here. I've got some water and I'm going to put my yeast in here, and we're going to let this yeast rehydrate in this water for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to give you all of the ingredients and measurements for this recipe in the video description. So after this is rehydrated, we'll be back to mix our dough. Okay, I've got my bread flour in the bowl of my stand mixer, and I'm going to add my salt. And then I'm going to add the water with the yeast that we've been putting together. And I'm going to knead this for about 5 minutes or so. And there we've been going about 5 minutes. This dough looks pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do is take it out of this bowl and then put it into a greased bowl. Okay, so I'm going to set that into a greased bowl, and then I'm just going to cover that bowl with a plastic wrap. We're going to let that sit on the counter and rise for 2 hours at room temperature. We're about an hour into the rise on our dough, and I'm going to go ahead and breathe a little bit of fire into the beast here. I'm going to use a couple of my fire starters, and I'm going to use 2 of these guys, and I'm going to push them up in here and let this fire get started. And after just a couple of minutes, I've got a pretty good fire going here, but we've got to let this thing just go. This oven takes a little while to heat up, and we're going to cook somewhere today between 500 550 degrees. Our dough's been rising for 2 hours, so now I'm ready to put this together. And I bought this pan specifically for making this pizza, or this kind of pizza. This is a Lloyd Pans Detroit style pizza pan. It's 10 by 14 inches. So we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil down in the bottom of that pan, and I'm just going to spread that out and get it evenly distributed. And then we're going to turn our dough out into this pan, and then I'm just going to turn it so I've got it coated on all sides. And what we're going to do now is just press this dough out to fit the pan, and it's probably going to be a little difficult to stretch it out all the way, so we're going to get it out close to the edges, and then we're going to let it rest here for 15 or 20 minutes, and then come back again and finish pushing this all the way out to the edges of the pan. And now that I have our dough stretched out, the first thing I want to do is lay out a layer of pepperoni directly on this dough. And now that I have that layer of pepperoni put out there, we're going to put our cheese on. A traditional Detroit style pizza uses Wisconsin brick cheese, which I don't have access to around here. So I did a little bit of reading, and what we're going to use here is a 50-50 blend of Havarti and Monterey Jack. And you want to put 12 ounces of shredded cheese on here, and you want it to go all the way to the edges of the pan. And once you have that cheese out there, we're going to put on another layer of pepperoni. I've got a little better quality pepperoni to go on the top here. I didn't have enough of this to do the whole pizza, but this is some really good quality Cheshire pork pepperoni from Heritage Farms here in North Carolina. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to spoon on 3 lines of pizza sauce onto the top of this to finish it off. And now this guy is ready to go into the Alfa oven. Okay, and I've got the Alfa just a little over 550, and which is fine. It's going to cool a little bit, so we're ready to put this guy on. Okay, we're going to slide this guy right in there. I'm going to push it in. We're going to go for 12 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to flip it once. I'm going to rotate it once halfway through. So we'll be back shortly to have a look. Okay, we are right at 12 minutes in, and this guy is ready. I want you to have a look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. We're going to let this guy cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to cut into it. Okay folks, I've taken this guy out of the pan and it's ready to cut up and serve. One of the things that you like to see on this Detroit style pizza is this cheese up against the edge of the pan where it's actually blackened. That's one of the characteristics, and I actually would like to have just a little bit more of that on here, but this one looks delicious, and this one is dinner tonight here at the Man Cave. So until next time, this is John Setzler on behalf of Atlanta Grill Company.